Hello, Busters, and welcome back to this week's edition of the President's Desk. Just as always there, this is really just a chance to be able to meet some of our employees, get to know them a little bit on a deeper level, kind of an introspective viewpoints of what got them into their profession and a little bit about what they do here on this campus there as well. I am honored this week to be able to welcome one of our newest employees, Miss Allison Griffin, who is our head athletic trainer. So welcome, Allie.
Thanks, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, great to have you here, and I know it's a busy time there for you, so appreciate you making time.
It is all good. We make time for things that are important.
So, each week we've kind of stepped back and really taken a look at an individual's background, kind of learning a little bit more about them. But more important there, probably just kind of, what really inspired you or got you to develop this passion for what you have as far as advocating for student athletes, prevention and care of student athletes and their injuries. So maybe just kind of start by talking a little bit about your background and then just what that passion and advocacy work there led you into.
I have a very stereotypical athletic trainer story of what got me into this. I was a soccer athlete in high school, and an injury that should have taken a week took about a month because we didn't have an athletic trainer, and at the time I didn't even know what the profession was. And my English teacher set me up with an internship at U of A with Emily Johnson, working with the volleyball team, and I absolutely fell in love with what it is that we do. Watching athletes go from ground zero of not being able to participate in something that they love doing, and then being there every single step of the way and getting them back to what their passion is just my absolute favorite thing.
Yeah.
But I grew up in a military family, moved around a lot. We are each other's best friends. They are the most supportive family members on the planet. They will drive 4 hours to come and watch a basketball game in the hopes that I go on the field or on the court. And I went to Northern Arizona University, which was one of the top 10 programs for athletic training. Had incredible professors that really just helped further my passion. And then I have just been working ever since I got into the program.
I think it goes without saying there in the intro we talked about you being one of the newest employees here at the college. So you came, what was it, July?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I came July, mid-July, and then started, I believe, August. I want to say it was like the second or the third after I did my quarantine period.
So truly, a quarantine period, which,
Yep.
So truly hit the ground running.
Yes.
And, I think it goes without saying there that you've made a tremendous impact just in a short amount of time.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
So, I guess, maybe the next question is just talking about, even in that short amount of time, maybe what brought you to Garden City Community College and what it is that you saw in Garden City or liked about Garden City to make that move. And, from that there, then just talking about, even though it's only been a couple of months, what are you the most proud of since you've been here?
For sure. I was drawn to Garden City, number one, just at the opportunity to come to such a competitive and large athletic program. The opportunity to rebuild, for lack of a better phrase, the program and make it something that the college is proud of is something that I welcomed as a challenge. Obviously, transitioning jobs in the middle of a pandemic is not in my list of top 10 things, but I think that it's been an incredible opportunity for me. I know that I've grown substantially, but even in the short amount of time that I've been here, I think that the program is already one that I'm proud to be a part of.
Absolutely.
And keeping the athletes safe and being a voice on campus that people respect the opinion of in times of a medical crisis. I think that this pandemic has done nothing short but show the value of athletic trainers, especially in college and high school facilities.
Absolutely.
With regards to what I'm most proud of, I think just the level of communication with the coaches. I think that one of the big draws to me is the fact that everyone in the athletic department was pretty new.
Right.
And so I think we've all really come together, and everybody understands that this is a time to just be flexible, but making all of that possible during the pandemic.
Yeah, definitely a lot of hurdles and a lot of nuances there that you've experienced in this time. But, part of what you had mentioned in your answer there was talking about facilities. And there's been some recent facility upgrades and improvements.
Just a few.
So, just talking through, for those that may not know about what it is that has transpired here over the course of the last 6 months, talk about what some of those facility upgrades and improvements are and how that has really been able to help, your line of work and also the care that gives to student athletes.
Absolutely. The athletic training room's got the biggest facelift that I think anybody could have imagined from photos that I've seen from the before and after. I believe the last total that I heard was about $500,000 went into making these facilities a space that was a lot more friendly and usable. So we now have 2 athletic training facilities, which has done amazing things for us during the pandemic right now, because we're able to see more athletes because we have the social distancing space to do so.
Right.
But everything in the facility is new. I mean, we got brand new treatment tables, we got brand new taping tables, we were able to get new modalities. And so all that does is improve the level of care that we're able to provide these kids and do it in a safe manner, which is so crucial right now.
Well, and I think, I mean, you talk about $500,000 worth of upgrades and things that have been very much needed. But I think it also just, helps to heighten the awareness of the importance of preventive care, but also just, really kind of putting a little bit more of the impetus on what it is that you get at Garden City Community College as a student athlete, and the care and really the level of commitment that you get there as a student athlete, and just a student in general.
The support that we've gotten from the college and the community to make these facilities happen has just been incredible. I know that I've only been here for a month and a half, but it has just caught me completely off guard as to how important and how valued the health and safety of our kids is to everybody that works at the college. I mean, I've had countless people come through just to see the new space, and it just shows how important it is that we are doing our best to take care of these kids and to show them that we're here. And like when you walk into the athletic training room, it feels like a professional facility.
Right.
And there are Division I colleges that I don't think have as stellar of a facility as we do. And so it really emphasizes what it is that we do and what it is that we can provide for these kids.
Truly blessed to be able to be in Garden City, Finney County in southwest Kansas, and it's a good representation of what comes with being a student at Garden City Community College.
I couldn't agree more.
So what advice would you have for students, parents, that you want to persuade them to come to Garden City Community College athletic training?
I mean, well, if you just look at the athletic training room, I think that is persuasion enough. But one thing that I think is really important to mention to students and to parents is what athletic training is. We're a very new profession that I think often gets misconstrued with personal training. Our role here is not to improve the fitness level of our athletes necessarily. We are that first responder in times of an emergency, in times of an acute injury. We do rehab, we can do clinical evaluations and assist that athlete in getting back to the field and kind of eliminate what would otherwise be a very extensive process of trying to get in to see doctors.
Right.
And so I think that it's important for people to understand that our role goes so much farther than taping ankles and providing water and wrapping ice on our students.
Right.
We are the jack of all trades in an essence. We establish these rapport with our student athletes and often become a parental figure, while they're away from home, or fill the role of like a psychologist where they come in and just vent to us.
Right.
So anybody that is interested in anything to do with the medical field, this is an incredible opportunity. So yes, we do have a student program that I'm already incredibly proud of. We've got some great kids in our program right now. And pretty much all of them want to do something in the medical field, or they want to stay in the sporting environment. A lot of them want to do PTs, a lot of them want to do EMTs, or EMS rather. And so it's just a foot in the door, a letter of recommendation. I know that the 3 of us on staff have a very extensive network that we could assist our student athletes or our students in getting into whatever programs that they're trying to get into.
The whole point of bringing individuals here is to be able to see what it is that they can add as far as value to the institution, but also just really kind of looking at being more forward thinking. And that really kind of brings us into this last question here, Allie, is, we've had a lot of changes that have been instituted in the last 6 months. But I think one of the things that's probably important, no matter what role you're in at the college, is to really be able to have a vision and be looking at what it is that you're going to do for continuous improvement. So being the leader in athletic training, being that head trainer, what are some of the things that we can look at as far as future improvements or thoughts that you have on further expanding out services and opportunities?
So I think already there's some incredible work that's already been done. I know that streamlining the communication process between coaches and other healthcare professionals is going to be very important for us. Ideally, I would like for our check-in and our physicals and waivers packets, to better protect the college, but also better protect our student athletes. And that might include a more extensive, physical examination and things of that nature. So there are certain requirements that I think I'd like to implement. I don't know how specific you'd like for me to get, but sickle cell testing and EKGs, just so we can make sure that our kids truly are fit and ready, and that even if they're not, we're doing our best to kind of mark them so that we know who our at-risk kids are.
Well, and I think that's that's important to know there, that there are, there's a lot of things that you're looking at there that, regardless of what it is that we may have in place there, it's important to have that vision, and it sounds like you have exactly that thought in mind of how it is you can improve things going forward there too.
I definitely hope to be. I know that I expect the best of everybody that's on my staff, and that's true for our full-times, and that's true for my students as well. And so I would like to promote excellence in this department. Yeah. And I think that's going to be my primary goal moving forward. Absolutely.
Well, Allie, I appreciate your time there. I know that this is a busy time of year, even though that athletes may not be playing in this fall and everything's going to be going to spring, but definitely appreciate your leadership and the fact that you came to Garden City Community College to help us move things forward there as well. Appreciate your time.
I'm really happy to be here, and thank you for having me on this. This is a great opportunity for me and our department.